everyone. This is part two of reparenting series. Not series, but I in the last episode I talked about remothering yourself. And today I want to talk about refathering yourself because when we talk about reparenting or parenting, uh, see both mother and father, they have roles, right? It's about the feminine and masculine, right? We all have those energies, and it's there for some reason because we need the compassion and care from mother, and we also need the mentorship, the the masculine aspects, right? They also play role in our life. So now let me talk about how I refather myself, because I think it's also important to understand why, first of all, why it is important, and then why and how I do it, right? So refathering, as I told you, like remothering is all about, compassion and kindness, and also setting boundaries. You know, uh, when you feel like, not feel like, when you know that, you need boundaries, um, because that's part of being kind to yourself, also being compassionate to yourself, and being, the loving, caring, being, loving and caring towards your inner child. Refathering is about reconnecting with and nurturing the parts of yourself that might not have received the guidance and support you needed as a child. So it's about, filling those gaps and learning to be the mentor to yourself that you maybe always yearned for, right? Because we all need mentors in life. And for me, it all started with, again, when I talked about remothering, it started with the realization that I used to criticize myself a lot. So I had to learn to remother myself. For refathering specifically, it started with the realization that I sometimes felt lost. I felt unsure because I lacked, uh, I think I don't know, I feel like I lacked, that guidance. Obviously, if you are on this inner child healing journey, there were aspects of your childhood where you could not, you know, um, they were like, there are aspects of your childhood where your certain needs were not met, obviously. So obviously, I felt like I somewhere lacked it. Um, you know, I don't have like to be very honest, like the guidance I craved growing up. And this awareness actually prompted me to embark on a journey of self discovery and self mentoring. And so the first step for me was embracing my own sense of masculinity, not in a traditional sense, being, the masculine and all, but in a like the energy. I'm talking about the energy. If we talk about the chakra system, also for those of you who believe in chakra system, your lower three chakras uh, are more of associated with masculine energy, and your upper three chakras are more of associated with feminine energy. And then we have the heart center, connecting it. And like it's a profound concept, because obviously there are not just seven chakras, there are more chakras. But anyway, coming back to the topic, so I'm not talking about masculinity in a traditional sense, but in a way that felt authentic and true to myself. So connecting with your own masculinity. And it also meant understanding that strength can be found in vulnerability, because usually, men are taught to, uh, men are taught to not, I mean, men are usually taught that they should not show emotions, they should not be, vulnerable. And so accepting that, that it is okay to be vulnerable, it is okay to express emotions openly. And I began to cultivate, self-resilience, self-reliance, learning to trust my own decisions, because my own instincts, because that's the part of a mentor, uh, And usually, like, you know, females, I've seen, like, we usually rely on the decisions of a male person because we are not able to trust our own decisions. There is maybe something wrong. The I don't know the whole picture. I don't have the knowledge and all that. So it was all part of, learning and trusting my decisions. And this also involved making choices based on what felt right for me rather than seeking external validation or approval. And refathering also meant becoming, a mentor to myself, you know, setting goals, nurturing my talents, and, guiding myself through challenging situations with patience and, understanding. And it's, I think, about being the role model, again, the role model I needed, and showing myself compassion and, again, encouragement along the way. And again, it's not about, blaming your parents or, blaming someone. Uh, and through my journey also, I have come to realize that it's again about, reclaiming my authority, my own authority. It's not about, replacing anyone because we all have, shortcomings. Um, it's about, reclaiming my authority and, uh, responsibility for my growth and my well-being. I am responsible for it and I need to make decisions that align with it, right? It's about finding strength in your own journey and then also honoring the lessons you have learned along the way. And so that was, I think, very important to, trusting your decisions and, learning and, uh, just think of all the aspects. Uh, as a father, um, what would you do for your inner child, right? You will try to provide them financial security. You will try to, protect them. You will try to guide them. You will try to provide them the right guidance. You will try to be the best role model you can be for them. It's all about that. So, um, again, like I told you in my last episode also, I wouldn't call me an expert. I am still learning and I'm just sharing with you. I'm just someone who continues to navigate and grow. And if you're again also on the path of refathering yourself, it's it's a journey worth taking, right? And uh, not just to people like in general, but I also want to uh, give this message to other parents, whether you are a mother or a father, try to understand what you lacked as a child. Um, you know, try to understand your unmet needs as a child and try to refather and remother yourself so that you can, provide the right care and guidance and support to your children, right? It's not just about I'm not just talking about, I'm not trying to talk to fathers only, I'm trying to talk to mothers also, because a healed parent and emotionally healed, I'm talking about emotional healing, an emotionally healed parent can provide, a safe and nurturing environment for a child where, uh, your child will not have, inner child wounds and they will feel more safe in the world and, they will feel less alone in the world and they will be more confident about their choices and they will not have to, struggle as an adult. So again, uh, if you are someone who is on this journey, on the journey to refather yourself, and again, it will be, different for different people. You have to see, like, whether you need more refathering or more remothering, or you need both. And maybe if you feel like you don't uh, need it at all, that's also fine. But I think connecting with your inner child is very important. And irrespective of whether you need it or not, if you just try to connect with your inner child, you will understand a lot about yourself. You will understand a lot about what makes you happy. You will understand a lot about who you are, right? Like your self identity, right? And you need to, I don't know, like I can't emphasize it anymore. Like you need to connect with your inner child, and you deserve to nurture and mentor yourself in ways that empower and uplift you, right? So right kind of mentoring. Just think of again yourself as father to your inner child. And yeah, thank you for joining me on this reflective journey today. And if you found it helpful, or if you have your own personal experience with refathering to share, please leave a comment below. Don't forget to like, subscribe if you're new, and hit the notification bell for more uh, content like this. Until next time, take care of yourself.